What's the best way to use AI in business in 2026? That question literally comes up in every conversation that I have with business owners right now. And after working with dozens of clients, spending real money testing different AI approaches and tools, and seeing people spend thousands on things that literally produce nothing, I think I've got a really clear picture. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through all the popular ways that people are using AI inside of their businesses, and I'm going to rate each one from S tier all the way to the F tier based on money made, time saved, and how much it actually frees you up to work on the things only you can do. Let's get started. Alright, starting out with the F tier, which is AI content spam. This is when somebody discovers ChatGPT, connects it to their content calendar, and then proceeds to pump out a lot of content based on this AI slop output. He creates all kinds of things: LinkedIn posts, emails, carousels, newsletters, all written entirely by AI with no real thought behind them and also no real editing. You've probably seen a lot of this at this point on social media. The post like 5 lessons about running a business written by somebody who isn't even a business owner. People do it because of volume, and volume feels like progress. However, most of the times volume doesn't mean quality. And the problem here is that every account in your niche also applies the same strategy, so it's essentially very difficult to differentiate yourself from the crowd. So all the content you create reads identically. There's no point of view, no specific experience you had, and there's nothing that makes somebody want to follow you or buy something from you. I think it's pretty clear. F tier, don't do it. Moving on to the D tier, and what I want to put here is AI cold outreach at scale. This is one that everyone is probably running right now. You use tools like Clay or Instantly to pull somebody's information and feed it to AI, and then you generate a personalized opener based on this and send the email. And by doing so, you are able to send like 500 messages a day. That email feels personal at scale, and technically it is because it's better than a pure template blast. However, the problem here is that everyone figures this out at the same time, so now your prospect's inbox is filled with all the same emails from different companies that read the same, look the same, and probably also sound the same. And because of that, reply rates have collapsed because your prospect can identify that thing and there's no pattern interrupt. Instead, what I would focus on in 2026 is going hyper-personalized route, which is moving from volume to connection. And what this means is you maybe don't send 500 messages a day, but you send 20 super personalized voice notes, Loom videos, or even AI images with prospect generated. You can use tools like Hicksfield's AI for this, and these messages end up feeling more like a human and create better reply chances for your outbound campaigns. And what all of this allows you to do is to create a genuine connection with the person on the other side, which is more likely to produce the results that you are hoping for. This is why I put this in the D tier. By the way, if you want help with AI and want to implement AI agents inside your business, that's exactly what we do at Systems Department. Me and my team already helped dozens of businesses implement AI inside of their operations. So, if you want us to audit your business, identify the highest AI ROI opportunities, and then actually implement these AI solutions, check out the link in the description to book a call with me and my team. Now, back to video. Alright, moving up, C tier, generic AI chatbots. This is when you put an off-the-shelf chatbot on your website that will handle inbound questions. And the pitch of these tools is that it will qualify leads and book calls for you while you sleep. And look, the cost math is clear. AI handles customer interactions at around 50 cents per ticket resolved, while humans handle it at $6. So it's really cheaper to use AI for this kind of things. And another thing here is that 75% of users usually prefer AI for frequently asked questions. But this is very important. Why do I put it in C tier and not S tier? Because for most personal brands and small service businesses, the chatbot is never the real constraint. Traffic is. So they just get on this hype train, look at what big enterprise company is doing, and then end up implementing it for themselves and solving the problems that doesn't really exist right now for them. Look, for small personal brands and small service businesses, the constraint is never the bot, it's traffic. If you only have 200 visitors per month visiting your landing page, you probably don't need a chatbot because you don't have so much volume that you are drowning in customer questions. And all of the setup times that you waste is not going to bring you any more clients or generate any revenue for you. So when does an AI chatbot actually make sense? And really easily we can just define it by measuring monthly site visitors. I think if you are under 1000 monthly visitors, you should just fix the traffic first. But once you reach the big numbers like 5000 and more, you have a lot of repetitive outbound and you see that customers are asking a lot of questions for you and you spend a lot of time on it, you probably should implement it because it will be able to handle your top 10 frequently asked questions, and also you can put there also a couple questions to qualify your prospects based on the budget, timeline, and other things that you can then later escalate to a human. So when you actually become drowning in support tickets and repetitive customer questions, it actually makes sense and is genuinely worth it. However, with most of the businesses, this usually isn't the case. Alright, next tier, which is B tier, and what I want to put here is AI for ops and admin. And this is all the backend work that nobody wants to do but takes 2 to 4 hours a day. And you probably know that every business at this point is probably using AI tools that are saving over 20 hours a month and between 2000 to 5000 a month in the process. That's real money and real time. However, the reason that it's B tier is because it saves you time but doesn't make you any money. The distinction matters here because if you already got clients and money coming in, getting AI into your operations is a no-brainer. Every hour you stop spending on client delivery and a lot of admin work is an hour that you can put towards the things that will grow your business. Efficiency just compounds exponentially. Alright, A tier, AI for content creation, research and ideation. And you probably know at this point that most of the companies right now are media companies first and then they have backend offers. And this is a really important factor to consider when using AI for content creation, research and ideation because it really ties to your revenue. The more content you are able to produce and the faster you are able to pump it out, the more money you'll make. It's simple as that. So the first thing is the research and ideation. You can have AI agents do research on YouTube, Instagram, Reddit, pull competitor comments and videos, and also pull outliers, then feed it to AI like Claude or ChatGPT, and then based on that generate hooks, keywords, and video ideas that are data-backed and not guessed. And this is how you are able to figure out what people want before you write a single word or record a single content piece. And once you have an idea, you move on to the creation process. Based on this research and ideation you had, you can create copywriter bots that will take this idea and write a script for the Instagram reel, Facebook ad, or YouTube video in your voice. You can also use tools like Thumbnail Pilot to create YouTube thumbnails and package your YouTube videos really easily. Moreover, you can use tools like Hixfields and Arcad's AI to create realistic image ads and also video ads. And here, for example, we have an outline of how my YouTube scriptwriter agent works, which connects to my channel, to YouTube feed, and also has a lot of reference scripts that it uses to then produce an output. And this video that you are watching right now was also scripted by this agent. The honest thing about this tier is that AI gets you 80% there, as I always say. It cuts your content production time significantly. But the last 20%, like your voice, your specific experience, the story only you can tell, still has to come from you. Which is why this is A tier and not S. Finally, S tier, custom AI agents, also known as AI employees for specific business problems. Look, AI agents aren't systems that just answer your questions and work when you have your tab open. They can take actions, run multi-step workflows, and operate across your tools without you ever touching them. And I'm not talking here about generic chatbots with fancy names. I'm talking about something built specifically around your business problem and helping it to solve you. Here are the kinds of things that we are actually seeing work right now. For example, Inbox Manager. If your inbox is a mess, this one's for you. You can have an AI agent categorize your inbox, remove spam, and flag all the leads for you. It can also notify you about new leads and draft replies to them. One client we set this up for was spending 2 to 3 hours a day just managing 11 email inboxes across his business. His leads were falling through cracks, they were begging to pay, and just needed a quote for his company's services. Now it only takes him 20 minutes. The agent does the sorting, the categorization, and the spam killing. He gets notified about hot lead emails and any other urgent messages, and AI agent even helps him draft responses and reply to these emails. Another thing is a client onboarding agent, which will handle all the initial contract generation, client intake, and also all the communications that usually goes on to when signing a new client. More examples involve proposal agent, which is an agent that is able to generate formatted proposals in your style and in your voice based on the input from sales call or just your prompt. or a client delivery agent that is able to generate reports, Excel summaries, or performance documents from your data automatically. And the main thing here is that companies using AI agents are reporting 7 to 25% revenue increases and at least 40% reduction in daily operations. The reason this is S tier is that when you build an AI agent around a specific problem in your business, the ROI is immediate and you can see it and measure it. You know exactly what it replaced and exactly how much time or money did it free up. And the businesses winning right now with AI are the ones who identified one painful, repetitive, high-volume process and build some narrow AI agent around it. And as AI agents get more intelligent and AI space progresses, you will be able to delegate more and more work to them, essentially automating a big chunk of your business and having a company where AI sits at the core and is the main engine running the company.